What's good, real you?
Come on, go ahead. All right, sorry.
It's episode 1, man. Let's get it right.
What's up, y'all? It's Kerry Brooks here, aka the Urban Advisor, aka the Almighty One. We're right here with my brothers. We bring you guys episode 1 of the Real You podcast.
Yes, sir.
Episode 1.
Of course, this is episode 1. This is real simple. Just a brief introduction of who we are as men.
You dig?
I like to call myself Mr. Almighty Kid, of course. Why? Because I've seen a lot, been through a lot, and most of all, conquered it all. I like to think it was my story is going from glory to glory. I'll pass it on to my brothers.
Yo, I'm going to continue that. I mean, we're going to keep it in the same borough, basically.
Where you from again?
Boogie Come down. On, man. It's the Bronx only. Come on, man. The original Boogie Down. Yo, my name is LeVar. Now, I mean, I don't have any aliases, but I just go by L, man. We're going to keep it real simple, keep it push.
Yes, sir. It's Kobe G on the mic. Live and direct. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Real You podcast. I don't really got no aliases either, but, you know, born in Queens, moved to Long Island. I live in Brooklyn now. I like to talk my shit. Respectfully.
Come on, man. I know somebody else here from Queens. Come on,
Big
Junior.
Queens.
I know you from Queens. Come on, man.
Oh,
my
shit.
boys.
Come on, baby. But nah, you already know my name is JR, John, Queens, New York, Nigerian demon, if you know what it is. Ain't much more to say.
What's up, everybody? Kadeem Williams here, also known as Deem. Some people also call me Demo. I don't got a bunch of aliases either. But welcome to Real You podcast from Brooklyn, Jamaican heritage, and excited to get into this stuff, man.
Y'all gonna stop sending shots at me for my aliases.
Nah, no shots, bro.
Settle down. Rather God is here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Talk heavy.
Good night, everyone. You know what it is. It's Rather God here. Raheem Nugent. Rather Legend. Captain Ra.
Master Ra.
Rather God. Master Ra.
Yes, sir.
In the spot. In the flesh. You already know I'm from Brooklyn. Flossie, you know we out here. What more can I say? That's the pinnacle of excellence. Like,
Alright, don't drag it now.
come on now.
Queens get the money, Jared.
Shout out Left Rack City, Big 5-7.
Y'all know
Shout
what
out
time
West
it is.
Money,
Shout out
Westbury,
Brownsville.
and Dig.
Listen, y'all know what time
Never
it is.
ran, never will.
Listen, y'all know what it is. Shout out to the Bronx, South
Never
Bronx,
ran,
Uptown,
never
everywhere. Fording the Tremont to Parkchester, all the way up down to Gun Hill. Let's go.
Yo, so you already see how we all from different boroughs, right? The crazy thing is now I think what we should really dive into is like, yo, how did all these dudes from different boroughs really come together? Like, how did all of this form? I'll take the first kick at it, which is actually kind of crazy because originally, now I mean, I'm going to call it the Don Dada, the OG group, was me and JR.
That's debatable.
Hold on,
Chasing
that's debatable.
dreams.
That's very debatable.
Chasing dreams,
Know
nah,
what I mean?
man.
Listen, freshman year things. Yo, all of this started.
hold up.
Who we went to?
Buffalo State, man.
Buffalo
all of this
State,
started
know
what,
what I
like
mean?
20, what's that, 20?
2014.
2014,
Class
all of this
of 18,
started. Now, I mean, we came onto freshman. We came on the campus kind of out the wing, man. We all said we came from different boroughs, Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx. But at least my story and how I came across everybody was real simple, man. We all got involved in different student orgs. Now, I mean, kind of stepping on campus and becoming the big men on campus. That's really what it was. Now, I mean, we all had different endeavors, and I mean, like, we all just bumped into each other, basically. That's how I kind of look at how the story started. But I mean, I'm definitely missing some details, so I'll pass that on.
Oh, yeah, you know, I got to get to the nitty gritty. That's just who I am. So, y'all know, the first question everybody said is how I'm acting this podcast. I know I got to act a fool. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. It was 2 groups of friends. You feel me? No shade to nobody at all. Never like that. We had 2 groups. I think it was, who we brought together? The gentleman and somebody else. I don't know.
Gentleman in the office.
Other folks. Yeah, them.
Yeah, a lot of corny names, my fault, yeah.
So of course how that happened is that, you know,
crazy.
you know, it was a lot of this and a lot of that, you know, a couple falling outs, you know, some people still working on some things. Simple as that. And I guess, you know, the most close related people who had the, you know, most like-mindedness, you know, I guess stuck around, just looking at the future and all the endeavors we were thinking about and how we were just maneuvering on campus back in the day, brought us in. And then, you know, we adopted one, you feel me? You know, we got adopted this one estranged kid, you know, and we you know,
Brought him to the team.
we brought him to the team. He a good man now, though.
Wait, now we.
We are talking about
My son JR.
My boy to the fold.
Let that man speak up.
Oh my God, right the God to the fold. Know what I mean?
I think he saw us and was like, I gotta
be like these guys,
get
man.
with him.
Who? You out? Raggy?
Hold on.
That app came in on time.
Hold on. You talk about two groups of friends. I'm the outlier. I was brought into the fold. But when you see the Don on campus, of course you don't want him in your friend group. And I ain't gonna lie, I heard there was some reservations about my spot being in the chat, but eventually I was let in. I'm not gonna throw no shade, but it was somebody over here.
Only the strong survive. Respectfully.
Yo, what they say when you adopt somebody, you get foster care money. I ain't get none of
I
that.
ain't get.
He said laying on the back page.
I need my stimulus back pay. Facts.
Stop it.
Straight
But I
dependence.
think the waviest thing is though that we all came, like obviously we had our own individual friendships,
Right.
but we literally formed Real University our senior year. So literally the last year,
Last couple of months, actually.
spring semester.
Senior year?
Yeah, we literally formed our
Damn, my mind a
this
little foggy.
group in Notion. So the fact that we went through probably the most challenging 4 years of our lives, but the funnest, of course. For sure, was lit, but we came into our own and literally we formed this group. And I mean, we've been talking in this group chat, talking amongst each other
Every
I'm not
day
gonna lie, I don't
for
think we missed it
700
since 2018.
770 days
Nah, not at all.
straight. My God, I hate you all.
You counted?
Yes, I do. Because
I
I'm
was
always the
counting
person
never.
writing in the chat. So absolutely. So
a lot of
Yeah.
conversations in that.
It's a lot of conversations, a
100%.
lot of different
Everything.
takes, and that's really why we wanted to come here on this platform and just share that with everybody. You feel me? Because everybody here comes from a different place, a different background, and 9 times out of 10 we don't agree on the same thing, which makes it that much more better. You feel me?
I hate you all.
This is not going to be that cookie cutter podcast, sitting here talking about,
Someone read the
the
bio.
same topics every other week. Nah, we coming with the real.
No, that's funny to me. So
He got the
fellas.
flashcards in his lab.
Oh, D got the flashcards, right? Listen. I have my talking points, Professor. We're good. So my question for you fellas is that how did we even come up with the term "real you"? I don't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Kadeem.
I think it was.
Nah, it was actually me.
No.
Everybody always want to take
I
credit
promise
for
y'all, this is
something,
how we
man.
have regular conversation.
I give my perspective. I think it was the three of us.
Nah,
Wait, who's the three of us?
I think it was me, you, JR, and Kiri. You was literally
Yeah, I don't remember
by
nothing
that-
about it,
info
bro.
desk. No, I don't remember that. I think
He said he not a founding father.
You was at the info desk one
Oh,
day.
now, shit, come on.
We was at the info desk one day where my man's Kiri used to work, and we was just talking, and like I said, 4 years at Buff State, it's a lot that goes on, right? And so
A lot of this and a lot of that.
just,
and
a lot of this and a lot of that, and so we just really wanted to now come together and say, all right, how can we create a group chat that's now going to lead to post grad? Like what is dudes doing individually that's making you want to say, all right, these are my dudes for life, these are my brothers for life, and you are willing to go into that next chapter. So that's why we came up with Real University, because at Buff State, like you said, it's going to be a lot of frauds. It's a lot of that.
Yo, hold on.
It's a lot of frauds. A lot of that going on.
Clear your throat, brother.
So who's the real? Who's the ones that's really not just talking about it but being about it?
I thought you said the U came from the union.
Nah,
we cutting Buff State way too many checks right now.
Nah,
Nah,
we
bro.
stay trash
For-
though. Nah, I mean
for-
that's
free promo.
that's the stomping grounds, but we're not jacking them right now.
I'll definitely say that sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, sometimes we fight. You feel me? I've definitely seen everybody here at their worst and their best since becoming friends. So I think just our natural love for one another. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna lie, nobody here get along with each other on a day-to-day basis. You feel me? Like we'll fake it to public. We definitely listen. You know damn well you don't
Who
get
you
along.
talking about, Jay?
I'm just saying in general.
Don't.
Listen, but it's a there's been a couple Franks thrown every now and then between y'all.
everybody.
We'll talk about
Yeah, I
another
love
day, another
everybody.
day. But nah, for sure. And I think
That's
just
endearment, bro.
exactly, it's a term of endearment, my Frank. But I think that's just that term, that endearment. that trust that we have in one another. I see these friendships going very, very, very far. So I guess just with our natural opinion on different topics and our diversity in the friend group, we got a Ghanaian, we have a Nigerian, 3 Jamaicans, and 1 American boy. So we wanted to bring to you guys different perspectives and different things from our background to start this podcast. I mean, I don't know why y'all here, but that's pretty much why I'm here.
I'm here because I told y'all I'm the voice of reason, right?
All right, Dirk.
I'm here to check some of y'all with your outlandish takes, LeVar.
Come on.
I'm here to
Come
check
on.
some of y'all with the very vulgar language, JR.
Come on.
And there's everyone else.
I think we also here to show the people, like, especially groups like black people that have their groups within the community, how to have a conversation with people that and be close with people that has different takes and don't agree with you. Like how to do that. I think last year within the black community we saw it on social media. Everybody had their opinions, but everybody wanted to be heard and nobody wanted to understand the other person. Not enough education was going on, right? So you know,
Too much talking, not enough hearing.
exactly. So like we always say, like we don't agree on everything, but the fact that we don't agree on stuff, but I can still be cool with you, and still have that love as brothers. That's what we also want to show people.
Exactly.
As well.
And I think a lot of that really ties into like the slogan that we keep abiding by, which is, men first, brothers second, and mentors last, which is actually very, very interesting. A lot of people have a lot of questions about, okay, like, why is it that the mentor comes last? Why is it that the man comes first? And why is it that the brothers come second? So I think what we could really do is to start diving deep into that. So yeah, one of y'all could just kick it off and we could get into like, why do we call ourselves men first? I know Kadeem had a lot to say about that just now.
I think we call ourselves men first because, like you said earlier, we all come from we all from New York City. That's one, but we all come from
North Carolina.
All right, cool. North Carolina, grew up in the Bronx his whole life. But anyways,
Big Bronx.
we all from different parts of New York City, and like we all come from different walks of life and experience different things. And so the things that we've experienced have influenced us and made us the men that we are now. So that's why I think for us the men aspect, and then as far as brothers,
you know, I feel like everybody here is willing to make sure that the next man is always good, you know. I don't think there's no ingenuine vibes in here. Like everybody here is always, you know, holding each other accountable, making sure that we good, you know. It's never an argument about, you know, what we need or want. We just make it happen, you feel me? So always brothers.
I definitely piggyback on always brothers is also definitely the brotherhood started from college. Like we was just going through trials and tribulations with each other, and that just built it up, helped create our bond, and just made us tighter and 10 toes down with one another.
I think they call it trauma bonds.
Right.
Y'all heard of that? Trauma bonds?
For sure.
Nah, yeah, definitely.
So
I've definitely seen a couple of y'all outside of our parties, and you know, we brought y'all in.
Shout out to Tree Chasers now, man.
Shout out to DC. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't paid for a party since sophomore year.
Don't meet Mill affiliation.
Listen, man.
That's a topic for a different day.
It's funny when I think about, you know, genuine friendship and what does that mean. It's not. I think it's sometimes a thing of, you know, what do we do for one another on a mental, you know, spiritual, as well as like on a need basis kind of situation. Like I remember last year, you know, Kerry being Kerry, I had a little incident. I needed JR to drop off some flowers, right? I called JR, I said, yo, bro, can you pick up these flowers and drop them off same day? I called my boy, he did that in a heartbeat, you know, and I appreciate him for that. And there's been other cases where my boy Rod, you feel me, took me somewhere, got me home when I needed to get home. And there's been other cases where I can't think of everything, you know. I have countless memories with these gentlemen here, and it's a pleasure, you know, to still have these friendships going past, because y'all know better than anybody else. A lot of people fall out after college, and we see that day to day. 100 grand.
That's why it's so surprising that we still here, for real.
I like y'all sometimes. Y'all cool.
I think it's important to touch on the mentor piece. I think we talked about everything, but we didn't talk about the mentor piece.
Yeah, bro, we turned you to a man, bro. Pause.
Oh, brother, come on.
Jackie, you touch on that, right?
We made him.
I feel like mentorship is important. And I want to say that when we talk about mentorship, it's not about just representation. Because like you can see a black man, a black woman, you know, in a space. You're like, okay, I know I can get there, but just because they get there doesn't mean like they're a mentor. That's just the representation. You know it's possible. As with mentorship, okay, let me take you under the ropes. Let me show you how it's done. Not telling them what to do, but giving them the tools. Like, you know,
yeah, for sure.
We're the book. They're the pages. We're holding them up.
Absolutely.
We're letting them write their own story.
Being the person that we needed.
Check for that one.
That's a fact. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. And to touch on mentors too, like, you know, it's very important to understand too, like, we have mentors as well, you know, just as we are mentors to other folks and, you know, other young dudes that's, you know, trying to get to where we at, or, you know, trying to, you know, figure out life. we were in their same shoes. You feel me? Like,
100 grand.
there's so many countless people that I could name that I probably wouldn't even be where I'm at today if it wasn't for them. And that guidance and that leadership. So, mentorship is all that.
They can't low bro me though.
They can't low bro me though.
That's a big fact.
Never little bro.
I think the crazy thing about it too is that I think a lot of people have this connotation where mentorship is just either specifically like in high school or specifically in college. Like they sign up for these programs and it's just like, okay, well, especially a lot of it really, like in the high school realm of it, a lot of it does come from black single moms who are looking for that person to kind of guide their
That
son
father figure.
into that man that they would like their son to be. And I think the biggest part about it, and what I've realized that a great mentor is someone who doesn't just stop once that specific time of their life is over. So like our mentors, and I'm pretty sure I can speak for everyone, is like they haven't just stopped since we've graduated from college. You feel me? Like that
Still
friendship,
still connection.
exactly, because like as much as they learn, they still continue to bring that to our table even after. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a continuous process. Of like, yo, like as much as they keep learning throughout life, they disseminate that same information to us, and I mean, pay it forward. Same thing goes through like what we're doing right now. So I think that's kind of like where we're headed within this podcast, as well as just to keep it a stack, like
A comfort space for everybody to be.
exactly.
Absolutely.
I mean, like life is all about just keeping things 100, and I think the
It's only
biggest.
the real.
That's a fact.
Only the real survive.
Only the real.
And it's funny. It's funny, Lavar. I was thinking, like, when we think about mentorship, I think about growing up in the Bronx. I don't think I had, other than what my father showed me. But when you were a child, you don't really spend that much time with your parents. You spend more time outside. I ain't had no positive role models outside. That's why I took college so serious when it came to mentorship. Honorable mention, shout out to BG, Fred, Nick, all them good folks. But you feel me, like just thinking about it, it's like, yo, I had no positive role models going on. So I take mentorship so serious. Now I got a little brother, I got little bros that I call in the street. You feel me? This is like, gotta make sure that I'm still being that role model for them, because they ain't had no mentors at all.
I definitely want to touch on that because I didn't have a real mentor until I went to grad school. And I knew people in Buff State. Like, I looked up to Fred, but I didn't have like real conversation with him to like, I didn't understand mentorship, I should say, during that time. Because when you're in a place like Buff State, when you're around people who look like you, you're not really thinking about nothing. But it took me going to a different place that brought me in a different space, a different mindset, where I was just like, damn, I need someone who's gonna get me right, who's gonna help me understand. And I met my mentor at Rutgers, who really showed me like, all right, this is mentorship. He was really showing me like, he was talking about, you never had a positive role model. And I'm like, bro, I went to Transit Tech. I went to school in Brooklyn.
I went to Kennedy.
I survived.
Survived high school.
Survived for a living in high school, like, And, I feel like some of our friends didn't make it through high school, right? And even college. College is... I tell
a lot of people that ain't come back after freshman year.
I tell people all the time, never downplay your degree. Even if you don't feel like you're not doing what you want to do, I tell people college through 4 years is hard as hell.
Yeah,
and there's
that's
a
a
lot
bid.
of people.
4-year bid.
And we could go into statistics, even with black men who have post-secondary degrees. Is 6% black men with masters.
Crazy.
Less than 1% with a PhD, right? So
That's a beastly statistic when you think about it. Know what I mean? Like, I think that the craziest part about it too is like, yo, like at least for me growing up in the X, I think that era of 2007 to like 2010 was bananas. Bananas. Nah, for real, like really.
Please don't mention
like,
anybody on this podcast. I'm still in the trenches.
Nah, like it was really crazy, son. Like, what's crazy? I don't even think it was just a Bronx thing. I think like even in Queens, you feel me? You seeing dudes with the necklaces, the RIP chain. I mean, like, it wasn't even a chain. You know what it was?
Brownsville was
It
crazy.
was dudes printing out pictures, laminating
laminated,
punching a hole in the middle. You feel me? That's around my neck.
you can tell them nothing though.
It's funny you mentioned that, because like even to this day, like one of my OGs, like he still walks around fully draped out, and I'm like, bro, it is 2021. If you don't put that nonsense away, you have a child. Like, you feel me?
Facts.
I be thinking back even to the name chain era. Like, that was just crazy. Like, we really lost. We lost name chains, RP chains, and I'm just looking like, I'm just happy to be here right today,
Nah,
100%.
facts.
Because I've lost friends to the system, lost friends to the dirt. Like it's crazy when you see how you grow up and where you are today. And like I said, and I think that's why I appreciate my friendships here. Because I ain't gonna say none of my friends had a cupcake life. You feel me? Like we're not all the same exact person, but
Even the Long Islanders.
the upbringing is pretty different. my boy from Left Rack, Flo, chill out. Not the Long Islanders. He trying to.
I say even the Long Islanders.
Nah, he's crazy.
Even the
He's
Long
crazy,
Island,
but nah.
Yo, don't
just,
think Long Island got no hoods too, son.
Hempstead.
It's a very bad stigmatization of Long
It
Island.
sounds
Yo,
good.
Hempstead.
Sound girl.
Y'all still got houses, baby. We got a
The
apartment
hardest thing they
building.
had to do in high school was decide if it's lobster or burgers.
Right.
We still had the New York City school food.
Nah, I can't.
Oh, you had school.
free-
You
had
know
a
what he said? New York City school food. It's schooly, boy.
Right. You ain't get that.
Free.
You ain't get that free.
Whatever.
Free had a little bit of
He had
income
a duck
tax on
sauce
it.
the
That's what
chicken
it was.
tenders. Come on now.
But overall, though, all in all, as you can see, we all experiencing different things in life, and so at the same time, that's what we bring our perspectives into this, and so that's what this podcast is finna be about. Everything that we talk about, we're checking ourselves on things, checking each other, but certainly we're gonna be talking from our perspective and experiences and our points of view. There is no right or wrong, right? So we don't want people to know that from now. There's no right or wrong, but we just want people to really just
A lot of hot takes though.
a lot of hot takes, learn from us.
There is ignorance.
I will definitely.
There is ignorance though.
I
There
will-
is
I will-
ignorance.
And it's
Go
not
check that.
bliss.
Listen,
It's not
it's
bliss.
not-
This is a very we sound jokey, ha right now, but this podcast is really gonna do great things for not just ourselves but for the listeners as well. Raw and uncut, got little edits, cute little edits, but it's gonna be very raw.
Everything
and uncut.
raw, no edit.
Yeah, you feel me? Like I think it's please relax, grow up. Kadeem said pause, y'all.
Nah,
Oh,
come
wow.
on.
Come
Oh, that's all.
We're not here. We're
Nah,
not doing
yeah,
that here.
I know you
I
gotta
emphasize that, like, yes, we're 6 black men. Yes, we're gonna be talking from the lens of 6 black men, but we also have to think about other people, and
Inclusiveness.
other identities, and we gotta be inclusive and
Nah, of course.
just be mindful
Most
when
definitely.
we have our opinions or perspectives on things.
Oh, for
'Cause
sure.
This podcast is not just for black men, and
It's
it may
bigger
look
than
like
us. It's bigger than us. It's bigger
It's
than
for
us.
everyone.
Everyone.
The young
The
black
Next
and gifted.
generation,
Everybody.
all of that.
Listen, I got my pronouns set up right here. I'm not playing
Oh
no games.
go.
I'm not playing no games. Come on.
for real.
Nah,
Bring
for
his
sure.
education. We gonna go.
Correct.
What
hear
are
him.
he him? Is what? What
He,
else?
him, she. Oh no. He,
What?
him, she, they,
Yeah.
them, and then
No, there's a lot
think
of
that's all
pronouns.
yeah, it's a lot of pronouns.
It's
There's
better.
a lot of
But the
pronouns.
fact that you
Things.
trying
We
to
got
do
the
the work,
binary, the non-binary,
the fact that
cis,
you
cis.
working to do the work,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
says a lot.
I see the
Nah, for
initiative.
sure.
Yeah, improvement.
For sure. A lot of growth. That boy Jamaican. So it's like, there's that.
We breaking generational stereotypes.
It's stereotypes for sure.
Stereotypes.
That boy don't even know what to say.
That boy stuck. Right. It sound good on
I
paper.
believe you, bro.
100 grand.
Sound good, but is you executing is the question. Know what I mean? It's all about the execution.
I'm he, him, and I'm cisgender.
Date, nigga.
Heterosexual.
Heterosexual.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's brotherhood right there. He
Me
picking
too,
up
the
after his
MSCD
brother.
coming.
Know what I mean? He picking up after his brother. Know what I mean?
Brothers.
Picking him up after he, know what I mean, he stumbled a little bit. Make sure he's up. Keep your head chin toes.
This is why we got 2 MSCDs in here. Come on.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
That's why we here.
Look at the
That's why we
designations. I love them.
Oh.
Wow.
Point them out. Point them out.
Oh boy, them out. Now you're
You know,
talking
if
a
you
lot.
know, you know.
If
Know
you
what
know,
I
you
mean?
know.
If you know, you know.
You know elitism in here. You know,
I
no one's
love
better than
that.
anyone else.
I love
you know?
that. I love Masters Poppies. Wow. You guys are so intelligent.
Yo, shout out to the people that didn't go straight to school after graduation too. You feel me?
I guess we love
We had to
too.
figure out life with you.
need
Overall, though, life after college, though,
Post grad.
post grad
Word,
is
let's get into
definitely
post-grad.
is something that's worth talking about. That's a
Slow
episode
down,
on
boy.
that.
That's a slow down, boy. We got
Yeah,
another.
so we gonna get into that another time, but definitely that's something to also think about as well.
Yeah, but genuinely, we just hope everybody finds, a comfort space here. Definitely want to touch upon a lot of things that perhaps our parents even didn't get to talk about, and some things that they probably sweep under the rug. And I'm just really excited to really just take heed to everything, right? And I ain't gonna come out here trying to sound super smart because that ain't me. And I'm a business owner, so I don't even try to sound too smart. You get lost talking them too many big words, but 100%, I definitely want to just make sure this is a comfort space for everybody, and just talk the talk. Like y'all saw my caption on IG. Everybody say real talk this, real talk that, but who really gonna talk that real? And that's us, real you. Shout out to y'all,
There we
man.
go. So on that note, Real You Podcast. Keep engaging with us on social media, on Instagram. We appreciate all the support so far.
Thank you.
And we're excited to get this going, fellas. Let's go.
1,
sir.
2, 3, real.
He's losing me,
Stay
but yeah,
tuned.
definitely stay tuned to what we got more in store. We appreciate each and every one of y'all, and look out for episode 2.
Yeah.